Hello, I'm Dr. Pam Schiller. I'm pleased to share a couple of the most relevant findings from neuroscience research with you today. The first of these findings is that experience wires the brain and repetition strengthens the wiring. This sounds simple, but it's a profound statement. Babies are born with only a minimal amount of neurological wiring. They have a little bit of wiring for hearing, some primitive wiring for vision, and some wiring in the low-functioning part of the brain called the cerebellum. The higher regions of the brain, those used for language, social interactions, self-control, motor control, critical thinking, are not yet wired. The neurons are there, ready to be connected, but these connections are dependent on the child's senses to bring information from the child's experiences into the brain. It is experience that wires the brain and repetition that strengthens the wiring. By age 3, 85% of the foundation of the brain will be wired. By age 5, 95% of the foundation of the brain will be wired. There are windows of time when the brain is most fertile for wiring and strengthening specific skills. The fertile times are referred to as windows of opportunity. This chart shows the skills in the first column, the age when the brain is most fertile for wiring these skills in the second column, and the age when the brain is refining this wiring in the third column. When positive experiences occur within fertile windows of opportunity, brain wiring is optimized. The skills are what early childhood professionals have always referred to as developmental domains. It is interesting that neuroscientists agree that these areas of the brain are wiring in the early years and that this wiring is laying the foundation for future learning. Neuroscientists also say that it is wiring in these specific areas that make us human, and that is what sets us apart from all other living things on this planet. The windows come from scientific research. It is not we think, we feel, we believe. It's scientific fact. We know. We see the evidence on functional MRIs and PET scans. The windows are chronological. They are the same for all children no matter where on the planet they are born or under what conditions they are born. Premature, special needs, it makes no difference. Birth opens the window and the clock begins to tick. The moment baby's senses begin to bring in data from the outside world, the brain begins to wire. The windows are open through puberty. If skills are not wired within the wiring window, they can still be wired up to puberty. However, skills not wired within a designated wiring window will not wire to the optimum level that could have been achieved. Just like positive experiences help children wire optimum levels, negative experiences can create a deficit in the wiring. Not every experience has to be positive. That would be impossible. But the majority of the experiences must be positive in order to forge a solid learning foundation. You see now why it's so critical that children have plenty of positive experiences and interactions in the early years. Remember, 95% of the foundation for learning will have been forged by age 5. When we base our experiences and interactions with children on these findings, we optimize learning for all children. When we know this information and fail to act on it, we malpractice in the same way a doctor or a lawyer would malpractice if they did not do the best thing for their patient or their client. Spread the word about these findings. Share them with colleagues, parents, administrators, legislators. Share them with everyone who interacts with children. We can make a difference. We can give all children the start they deserve.